But I think it's ridiculous that they actually do count those.
Yeah, so
Like if you watch all the Rumble, now like if you watch like past Rumble videos on the WWE's thing,
yeah,
they actually count Braun Strowman's greatest Rumble victory as one of the Royal Rumble victors.
yeah. So I don't know if that does count as a Royal Rumble. I mean, I don't know about the match, but if you want to count that, if that actually counts as a Rumble event, then that's probably the worst one ever. But
Yeah.
although I still think it was probably the best of the Saudi shows, which that's not really saying much, but being technical here. But
Yeah.
well, getting down to the, I guess, what looked like the final three or the final four here. But actually, there's a couple more things I want to point out. John Cena would eliminate Alex Riley. John Cena and Kofi Kingston technically would eliminate actually Alex Riley.
Mm-hmm.
But then Alex Riley, he'd get back up on the apron at one point. Cena would knock him off, and then while he's distracted, The Miz would get from the commentary desk. Because during this, when Alex Riley would come out, he'd join the commentary team briefly. And then so he'd eliminate Cena. And then, of course, this would be a little foreshadow here because Cena would eventually become Miz's opponent at WrestleMania 27.
With main event.
Yes. Yeah, so the Miz headlined WrestleMania, so that's also like just wild to think about. Because Miz is a future Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just this is during like that when they're trying to really make him like a main event star. After that, he's just been like Intercontinental Champion not dozens of times, but several times.
I'd say
just dozens, just because dozens is technically 12, and he's obviously not a 12-time champ.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I think
he's still got some miles left on him.
I think he's tied. Actually, I do think he tied Jericho's record.
I know he's got 8 for sure.
I could have sworn he tied it.
Wouldn't be surprised out of pettiness if they have him break it, but yeah. So then that was a notable elimination I wanted to point out, and then of course down to the final, what we thought was 3, but I guess was 4.
It was
Wade Barrett, Randy Orton, and Alberto Del Rio. So Randy Orton would eliminate Wade Barrett, and then Alberto Del Rio would eliminate Randy Orton. And then to look at the time, like Alberto Del Rio had won the Royal Rumble match, but it turned out that when Santino had fallen out of the ring, he had fallen underneath the bottom rope, so he was never eliminated.
Yeah, he got broke kicked, I believe.
Yeah, he got broke kicked, yeah. So then he would climb back into the ring because an official on the outside, I guess, noted that he was not eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
So then he'd sneak back up while Del Rio had still thought that he'd won. Del Rio would turn around, he'd hit him with the Cobra. And then...
This is what I'm bringing up. This is what, like, as soon as you hit the Cobra, you see the man's down, what do you do?
I know he starts celebrating, like, prematurely, and he's just getting ahead of himself. And then eventually he picks him back up, and he was getting ready to toss him over for the win, and then Del Rio would just reverse, and then he'd throw him over the top rope for the final elimination, and Del Rio would now officially win the 2011 Royal Rumble match. And, of course, Alberto Del Rio would go on to WrestleMania, and he'd face Edge for the World Heavyweight Championship. But I love how they say he's going to the main event of WrestleMania. And instead it's like, nope, you're going to the opener of WrestleMania.
And you're going to lose.
Yeah, on top of that. And, of course, that would wind up being Edge's final singles match. That'd be his final. They allude to it as his final match. But I did hear that there's a fun fact that a lot of people actually still don't know about. He did wrestle one time after that, and it was actually in a dark match of the following SmackDown. He was actually like I think it was like an 8-man tag, or 10-man. I think they even said Triple H was in that match, which is interesting.
Because he was supposed to be out of action.
Yeah, because that was after he just got done with the Undertaker match.
Oh, yeah, duh. Oh, I'm thinking of 2010.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Yeah, so, this is Alberto Del Rio. This is a time where, he was another guy who I guess he hadn't really been around that long there.
He's only been around since the summer, late summer.
I think it's September.
It was like late. It was like late August, heading into September.
Yeah, because I think they started showing the vignettes in the summer.
Yeah.
And in September, he had his first match with like Rey Mysterio.
Took him out. He
Yeah.
would take out Rey Mysterio a couple times. He would take out Christian. So that's the reason why Christian was actually not.
But at the time, I actually thought it was a good idea. I actually thought it was was a hell. Well, nonetheless, it was obviously a hell of a push. We actually thought it was cool that they're building a new star at the time. So
I don't know. For some reason, for me, I was like,
he's hit and miss for some people, in more ways than one. But
it just later on, for me, that's where with him, that's when things start going downhill, especially in 2013.
yeah, I wasn't really too into him like so much as a baby face. I thought he was better as a heel.
Yeah, but I'm going by like he would almost basically kill Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, no, he was known by like many to, I guess, come across as like being stiff, but I still think nonetheless he was in terms of wrestling, I thought he was a talented wrestler, but
Yeah, he was very good. Then he would come back.
yeah, he did come back and out of nowhere, really.
Yeah, he came back. He came back with the person known would.
Yeah, the guy who was like in there, I guess you could say kind of a racist storyline, really.
Yeah, he's basically just the typical American that hates immigrants and shit like that.
Yeah, basically. It's that whole thing. The We the People and the Jack Swagger. Yeah.
No, but America and Mexican and like American and a Mexican can coexist. Then, according to them.
Yeah, after all that.
Yeah.
After those years, so yeah, so Del Rio would win the 2011 Royal Rumble, of course, as I point out, he'd go on a Mania. In terms of the show,
it really wasn't bad, just minus unfortunately the women's match.
Yeah, but outside of that, I actually thought it was a good Rumble, and I actually think a lot of people may not actually realize how good this was. So if you are one of those people and you have not seen this either in many years, kind of like me, I have not seen this in many years.
I know when we were thinking of the 2011 Rumble, we were like, great, it's a 2011 show.
Yeah, because 2011 there were some good shows like Money in the Bank, probably one of the best pay-per-views that they did the whole entire decade. Maybe some considered probably the best. I think the later half of the year it picked up a bit. Once they had the CM Punk stuff, and
once they got the Night Champions,
from there it's pretty much thumbs up.
It was pretty solid. I mean, Punk was still getting screwed in like Hell in a Cell and shit, but
yeah, but eventually you get it back, and from there you'd have I'd say a great reign.
Oh yeah, I totally believe.
Like, I think no one can really dispute like how great the reign was, but it's one of those things where it's like when you hold it that long, you gotta like turn like halfway through in order to like keep it like going and like keep it fresh. I don't see how anyone could dispute that it wasn't a great reign. I think what the debate is some people debate like, was he like a good champion in terms of like, was he like a draw? Now that's up for debate because like he sold a ton of merchandise, but like some people will point out like were the ratings like the highest, like were the ratings like where they should have been at the time, like with him being champ, or did he really do anything in terms of like that? That's what's up for debate, really. But no, in terms of like length and everything, I don't see how anyone could really dispute that. But yeah, no, I thought about it because I was looking at all the Rumbles out there to that we could choose from and everything, and like I'm like, 2011. I mean, it's 40-man Rumble, so that'd be something to talk about. And now that we're starting to get like removed, now that we're starting to get like removed, in terms of time, like we did the 2010, like we did the Raw and the Impact show, and like now we got the 2011 Rumble. I'm thinking like we're at the stage now where we could probably start talking about those things.
Yeah, because
I try to give this stuff like time. Like I don't want to do anything super like recent unless like it's really like a good thing to do.
I think we should actually hit it on the 2017 Rumble, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah.
I still thought that was too recent.
Well, think about this. The stars in the 2017 Rumble, out of this world.
Oh yeah, no, star power was there.
I think that's also the year Cena won his 16th world title.
Yeah, that would have been something, I guess, but maybe the next set of them. But because obviously we plan on doing this again. But yeah, so this is the 2011 Royal Rumble. This is the final Royal Rumble that we're going to be doing of this selection. It was a great run, of course. We enjoyed doing it. It's a guess in a way. I guess kind of sad to see it come to an end because I did enjoy this selection of it. We've been doing this since last month, really, December. Last year.
Hey, we gotta keep up on Rumble season. Rumble season's probably one of my favorite times as a WWE fan.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is kind of before, like, now I'm thinking based upon the time of the year and stuff, we're probably gonna like stick to like having things kind of like in like theme settings where it's like when we get to that January or like March, April rolls around, it's
Mhm.
Mania. Kind of keep that going, but
Like,
I
yeah.
felt like in this, but I really wanted to get into those Rumbles, and we did several of these. So,
Yeah,
of course,
we even went back all the way to the 90s.
yeah, we did the
92 Rumble.
92 Rumble, we did the 99 Rumble. There's plenty of 90 shows coming also, by the way. So that was also the first time we even got into the 90s for our JNC Rewind. So
Yes.
we're going to be having plenty more of those to come. So be sure to stay tuned. And now I'm going to actually run through the lineup here of the upcoming shows. So also, officially today, we finished the lineup for April. So, like, originally we had it just through Mania, but now we have it all the way through the month of April. So, let's just run down the lineup here. Also, of course, if you want the lineup, we're going to read it off, of course, here. But if you want the lineup, go to the JNC Radio website, of course, jncradio.weekly.com. Be sure to go ahead and check that out. Of course, schedule is subject to change, as always. So, like, we have a set plan, but if things come up or whatever, or things may be done on different days, different order, just stay tuned. But we put that reminder in there, of course, just so we don't come across as like liars. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So, of course, this will be Sunday's show, of course, JNC Rewind, number 11 for the WWE Royal Rumble of 2011. And then coming Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, of course, we're going to have the Royal Rumble 2020 review and recap.
Yes, sir.
Of course, the Royal Rumble, this being a Sunday show, it's going to be on the WWE Network, 7 p.m. Start time, I believe.
Yes.
As always, usually, minus Mania, which that goes on for like 10 hours. But so then next month, our next JNC Rewind, this will be for next week's show, we're going to be doing No Way Out of 2000. This will be our first show in the year of 2000, and then following that, of course, we of course for our Monday shows we have the JNC radios lined up. We did one this month, but we're gonna try to get back into those. We just work with the topics, as I said in the last show. For last week's JNC radio, we just try to like put together the most reasonable topics that we think are gonna come together and just make a great show.
Yeah, unfortunately, lately, besides the last week, the wrestling world just hasn't gave us anything to talk about for JNC radio, so that's why we just been coming out with rewinds mainly.
Yeah, and sometimes we just try to get we get 2 rewinds in there, and we think that's still plenty of content. So we feel like it still turns out fine because we just try to make sure we stay consistent.
Yeah, and as long as you guys like it, that's what's gonna happen.
So then we'll have JNC Rewind number 13. That'll be In Your House of Final Four in 1997. Then we'll have the next JNC Rewind will be St. Valentine's Day Massacre of 1999. It's funny that we have the Rumble of 99 and we have the St. Valentine's Day Massacre of 1999 because next would be WrestleMania 15 and that's not in the lineup. I'm thinking we probably should try to get that in there only because we would have covered the whole basically road to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
in terms of the pay-per-views.
Yeah, we should.
So we should probably try to find a way to get that in there.
Yeah.
Maybe, as I said, one of those weeks we don't have a radio. That's when we do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so there's that. And then, of course, there's NXT TakeOver Portland. There will be that review and recap. Then we'll have... that'll be February 17th. That'll be when that comes out. And then we'll have the final JNC Rewind of February. That'll be No Way Out of 2008. So that'll be our third 2008 show. Of course, we did the Armageddon of 2008. We did that back in October. That's kind of like when we were just trying to do whatever show we felt was best. We didn't really have a set schedule or a set plan. But when we're new to this stuff, we're just trying to feel things out. We do what you think is best. But I think now we got it the right way.
Yeah.
But so that'll be No Way Out of 2008. Then of course we'll have the JNC radio spot. Hopefully, but that'll be a week before, which will be next week. AEW Revolution 2020. So there may be something there.
Yeah.
And then of course AEW Revolution 2020. That'll be on Leap Day of this year, but our show will be available, that, of course, that Sunday. That'll be our review and recap of